This segmented bar graph breaks down households earning over $250,000 a year, and the highlighted portion reveals something troubling. Roughly one-third of them report living paycheck to paycheck. Meet Marcus. He makes $155,000 a year as a software engineer. He drives a leased BMW, lives in an exposed brick apartment, and his bank account routinely hits $900 3 days before payday. Every time he goes to a dinner party, he is doing mental math to figure out if he can cover his half of the bill. When people like Marcus realize they are financially fragile, they usually turn to the same set of tools. They download complex budgeting apps or build massive expense spreadsheets with 30 different tabs. The implicit assumption behind these tools is that financial failure is a character flaw. They treat every missing dollar as a lack of personal discipline, demanding that you somehow manage your behavior better. The data shows that roughly 32% of Americans attempt to maintain a monthly budget. The data also shows that most budgeting apps are abandoned entirely within 90 days. The reason they fail comes down to a psychological mechanism called decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is the deterioration of our ability to make good choices after a long session of daily decision-making. Willpower is a biological resource that depletes throughout the day. By the time you are tired, stressed, and staring at a checkout page at 11 p.m., your capacity to make a rational choice fractures. Expecting to build wealth through sheer discipline means forcing yourself to win an endless, daily battle against every marketing algorithm and impulse you encounter. Human discipline simply cannot scale to meet that volume of choices. There is a structural alternative to trying harder, and it relies on behavioral architecture. Specifically, it uses the immense psychological pull of defaults. Behavioral economists Brigitte Madrian and Dennis Shea demonstrated exactly how powerful a default can be when they studied 401k retirement enrollment. Under a standard opt-in system, 401k participation hovered around 49%, but with automatic enrollment, that number jumped to 86%. Employees didn't attend financial seminars or develop more discipline. The massive 37% increase happened simply because the path of least resistance changed. Building reliable wealth does not require you to rewire human nature. It requires you to set up structural constraints so that human laziness actually works in your favor. This flowchart illustrates automate the override. An incoming paycheck automatically splits into your emergency fund, your investment portfolio, and finally your spending account. The timing is critical. These transfers must fire the exact day you get paid. You cannot spend what you never see. This structure is your primary defense against hedonic adaptation. Hedonic adaptation is the human tendency to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major life changes, meaning every raise you get rapidly becomes your new, more expensive baseline normal. Economists Richard Thaler and Shlomo Benartzi created the Save More Tomorrow program to interrupt that specific cycle. Their rule is straightforward. When you get a raise, commit 75% of the new income directly to savings and investments before adjusting any lifestyle expense. The remaining 25% can go toward anything you want. Because the money is intercepted before your brain can normalize the new salary, the raise never feels like a loss. Your wealth compounds invisibly in the background, and your daily life continues exactly as comfortably as it did before the promotion. If you delete the complex spreadsheets and automate all your cash flow, you still need a way to verify that your finances are actually heading in the right direction. You can replace the entire concept of a line item budget with a single minimalistic metric: your savings rate. This formula shows exactly how to find it. Divide the total money saved and invested by your gross income, then multiply by 100. If this single percentage drops, it instantly flags invisible leaks like forgotten subscriptions or lifestyle inflation. A healthy target is routing at least 20% of your gross income into savings and investments. If you hit that baseline, your wealth is scaling faster than your consumption. Checking this single number once a month takes about 30 seconds. It is the absolute minimum operational effort required to guarantee your long-term financial security. Let's bring this back to Marcus and his $155,000 salary. Compare him to Dana, a marketing coordinator who earns exactly half of what he does at $72,000 a year. This chart illustrates the final gap between them. Despite earning half the income, Dana has built 14 times Marcus's total net worth, and she has done it without ever maintaining a monthly budget. True financial freedom is not the reward for earning the highest salary, and it certainly does not belong to the people who try the hardest. It is the mathematical certainty of engineering